CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nariman Isa.
Good evening. The man accused of supplying the gun that was used to kill 2 Edmonton police officers was in court today. He's on trial for several charges, including 3 counts of manslaughter. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
In March 2023, at this apartment building in Edmonton's Inglewood neighborhood, 2 Edmonton police officers were ambushed. 16-year-old Roman Shumka shot and killed Constable Travis Jordan and Constable Brett Ryan. The teen then shot and injured his mother before turning the gun on himself. Today, a trial began for the man alleged to have sold the assault-style rifle to the teen. Dennis Okimau pleaded guilty to unlawfully transferring a firearm and drug-related charges. He pleaded not guilty to 10 other charges that include manslaughter, criminal negligence causing death, and criminal negligence causing bodily harm. An Edmonton police officer investigating the firearm trafficking in this case tells CTV News manslaughter charges are rare in this situation. After opening remarks, the Crown prosecutor then read through a 71-page agreed statement of facts. The court heard Okimau and Shumka exchanged hundreds of messages over Snapchat beginning in August 2021. Most were about Shumka wanting to purchase drugs like cannabis and cocaine. Then on January 29th, 2023, about a month and a half before the shootings, Shumka took Okimau up on an offer to purchase a rifle and ammunition for $2,500. This photo of the rifle was shown as part of the facts. Evidence shows it was fired 11 times. 10 of the bullet casings were from the shooting at the apartment. The other was linked to the shooting of a Pizza Hut employee days earlier. The man survived, but police still don't know the motive behind that shooting. The court will hear from a firearms expert when the trial continues tomorrow. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The new fire crews responsible for protecting our province from wildfires have been training for weeks. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has more on what the recruits can expect heading into the summer.
Initial attack trainees load up helicopters, ready to be sent on their final test.
Get both 2 people on nozzles. We'll have both of our hose lays. Make sure we have 2 and 3 on there.
Facing wildfires on the ground.
The terrain has been pretty tough. It's pretty dense stuff. We're going through lots of safety scenarios, lots of tactics for fire. And
each year, 150 trainees are put through 3 weeks of classroom and hands-on training, teaching them how to effectively fight wildfires.
You're learning a lot in a short period of time, and so it's really just an introduction to the job and all of the safety features and all the things we're going to want them to really know. But ultimately, they'll go out to their crews and they'll continue to train.
Despite a wet spring, snowpack in the area is gone, so crews will have to be ready for forests like this to flare up at any minute. These recruits say they're ready.
I'm excited to just get on patrols and get back to Lac La Biche and start working.
I think it's going to be a great season. Everyone seems super ready.
Alberta Wildfire says while the season in northern Alberta is off to a slower than usual start, the south of the province is much drier.
It's really too early to say what fire season is going to bring. The big determining factors for us when it comes to spring wildfires are how the snow melts and how much rain we receive.
We always prepare to be ready for kind of anything that the season will throw at us, and so we'll just have to see what happens.
Now that crews have moved through the training, they'll wait, ready to be called upon.
There's always something that comes up unexpected, but that's why we do this training.
From Hinton, Curtis Goodrum, CTV News.
Edmonton police say a man accused in a homicide from 2023 did not know the victim. 33-year-old Jordan McDonald was found injured in an apartment just south of White Ave. He died shortly after. The medical examiner says he had been shot. Police have charged a 50-year-old man with second-degree murder. Police believe the driver of a BMW involved in a deadly crash this weekend was speeding. Police say early Sunday morning, the driver of the BMW was heading west on 41st Avenue Southwest when he lost control. His vehicle hit 2 trees and a light before stopping. The 25-year-old driver was declared dead at the scene. He was the only person in the vehicle. Police say road conditions were not a factor, but speed was. A crash in a Southside intersection sent 1 woman to hospital. Police say around 8:30, 2 vehicles crashed at Terwilliger Drive and 23rd Avenue. One of the vehicles flipped onto its roof. EMS arrived and took one of the drivers to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say no one else was hurt. The intersection was closed until about 1 p.m. Edmonton City Council has voted to shrink infill projects. The change is in response to Edmontonians upset by large, often boxy builds in their neighborhoods. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, some worry the compromise won't make anyone happy.
Infill is everywhere in mature neighborhoods like Glenora, single-family homes, skinny homes, and the most controversial, multiplexes.
These buildings are atrocious, quite frankly. The size of them, the height of them, the setbacks.
Edmontonians are once again showing council how the new zoning bylaw is impacting their quality of life.
This is my home and garden. Next slide. This is what you have done to it.
Last summer, council shrunk the length and width of infill, among other adjustments. Now, the new council is restricting maximum height, too, from 10.5 to 9.5 meters.
It effectively lowers the ceiling on visual impact of new builds, and I hope encourages more respectful roof lines that better aligns with other houses.
It is one small step to show that we are listening to Edmontonians.
It's better than nothing, but marginally better than nothing. We'll take what we can get.
Neighborhood groups say the zoning bylaw is still too broad, while many developers and other Edmontonians worry compromises like a height reduction dilute the city's density and affordability goals.
Making smaller boxes for people to live in is not good for the city. And we have a choice to make living that is now affordable and pleasant, or living that is affordable and unpleasant.
Mayor Andrew Knack believes shorter buildings, plus the previously approved smaller footprint, equals a meaningful response to neighborhood concerns.
This still allows for more units of housing to get built for us to retain our affordability advantage that we have across this country, and at the same time respond to what we've been hearing from residents in mature communities.
I don't think this is going to calm down the angst in neighborhoods in any way, shape, or form.
The change takes effect August 1st. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Edmonton Oilers' playoff lives are on the line after last night's overtime winner barely crossed the line.
McTavish, Paling, shoots rear-ended, behind Jari, at the goal line! Crowd thinks it was in! No signal! Ducks celebrate!
Ryan Paling's shot went off Darnell Nurse's skate and into the net, giving the Ducks a 4-3 victory and a commanding 3-1 series lead. The Oilers are now one loss away from being eliminated from the opening round of the playoffs. Now, since 1942, 32 teams have come back to win their playoff series after trailing 3-1. The last time the Oilers successfully did that was in 1998 against the Colorado Avalanche.
Obviously, we are disappointed to be in this situation, and we have to change our the way we're playing a little bit, make some adjustments. Anaheim this season has been a very hot and cold team, and they're playing well. They're a very good team. You look at the streaks that they've gone on. I believe that they're playing very good hockey right now, and we got to find a way how to break them.
Game 5 is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. at Rogers Place. The Edmonton Humane Society is undergoing a major renovation. The nearly $2.5 million refresh of the Society's adoption gallery is now underway. After 15 years of daily use, the Society says it's time to address wear and tear while creating even safer spaces for the animals. EHS says the renovated gallery will offer a better experience for both the pets and visitors.
The cat areas will have a bit of a refresh, so they'll just look a little more modern, and then we'll have a brand new kitten gallery. So that will be the newest thing that people will see. But I think when they tour, they'll see that there's increased opportunities to interact with the animals. The animals will be a little bit calmer, I think, in the new space as well.
The Humane Society will remain open and operational through the renovation. You can support the renovation by becoming a temporary foster home or donating through the Humane Society's website. Manitoba's government is the latest to say it will roll out a social media ban for children. As more governments around the world move to protect kids online, it remains unclear how effective the bans will be. CTV's Tyler Barrow reports parents here welcome the idea, while some high school students aren't so sure.
Our kids will never be for sale, and their attention and their childhoods should never be profited from.
On Saturday, Manitoba Premier Wabakanu told a crowd of NDP supporters a social media and chatbot ban was coming. Who it would target and how it would work was not addressed. But in Calgary, it's a move Cody Robinson welcomes, especially before her daughters start using social media platforms.
It's concerning. I don't want them to go on social media and get into some bad things.
While outcry grows for stricter AI regulation after the Tumbler Ridge shooter's ChatGPT account was flagged by the company but never passed on to Canadian authorities. Darren Hamlin held off on giving his children phones until they were 16, but as they missed out on communicating with their friends through social media, he eventually gave in.
There's no level playing field for parents because we have to act together in order to change things.
Alberta's government says it is watching what Manitoba is doing, but no restrictions are being considered yet.
Time is up.
Meanwhile, youth from across the country met in the nation's capital on Monday, demanding the federal government introduce and pass the online safety legislation, similar to legislation Australia made in December for kids under 16.
Time for Canada to keep pace, to pass legislation that will keep our kids safer in this digital world and hold these tech companies accountable.
Back in Calgary, some grade 12 students see the downside of social media.
Violence and a lot of body image issues come from social media.
But they don't see a ban working.
Kids, they would find a way around it, and I think it's worse for them to be sneaky.
A better solution would just be that education piece about it.
An Alberta man has created a spoof website in reaction to the one the province launched ahead of the fall referenda votes. Stephen Elsachuk started working on the website Alberta Referendum 2026.ca on Thursday and launched it at noon on Friday. He says it's a public interest project to point out what he calls biased information from the province. The UCP government launched a website last week listing the 9 referenda questions that will be put to Albertans this fall. Each question is paired with background information provided by the government.
First news story I saw was something along the lines of new Alberta government website aims to educate people on the referendum questions. And at that point, I was like, no, it doesn't. It's not meant to do that at all, actually. What it's doing is presenting a very narrow slice of parts of the questions.
The referendum is scheduled for October 19th. Now, some schools will be closed on that day of the provincial referendum. Elections Alberta says it lets school divisions know of the referendum date and says for previous elections, some schools scheduled the day off for students for organizational and safety reasons. It's requesting schools do the same for the referendum if possible. And a reminder tonight that city street sweeping is underway following last week's spring snowstorm. This morning, some drivers in West Edmonton received tickets for not moving their vehicles. Now, that includes a driver who says he just stopped for a few minutes to drop something off at a friend's house.
Just saw that people were ticketing, and then we came out to check. It was too late for me, I guess, but they already put a ticket down, and then it's for $250, so yeah. Crazy. It's 9 a.m., so I'm pretty annoyed. So
the city says street cleaning signs go up at the main entrances of each neighborhood when it's their turn. The city is not towing vehicles. You can find out when your area is getting cleaned on the city's website. As the weather outside slowly but surely warms up, it's time to prepare your yard for wildfire season. CTV's Maren Valdez-Carletti has tips to keep your yard and trees healthy.
That dry crunch is a sign it's time to clear out your yard.
Look for any fine, small fuels that have accumulated over the winter.
Living within the city doesn't mean you're immune to wildfires. Arborist Kevin Sproul says you want to look for fuels on the ground, like dried shrubs, leaves, and pine needles, especially near the river valley.
And then the fire can grow up the tree, and the fire then will travel through the canopy of really tall trees and potentially come close to your home.
While dry, dead trees are more flammable, healthy trees also pose a risk.
Trees that are still living, they may have some dead branches in them. That would be a good idea to remove, just to remove the risk of igniting for wildfires.
The overall health of your yard can stem from the types of trees in your area. Creekside Home and Garden owner Brock Friesen says planting the same trees as your neighbors can be a bad idea.
That does create disease pressures, even if it's a variety that's not known to be. You've heard the term biodiversity. It applies in a city too.
While bits of winter are still clinging on, those small bits of snow can help your yard flourish.
The snow is actually reflecting the heat right now if there's snow left in your garden. So You don't want to shovel the snow off because that's the moisture.
Even though stubborn snow may be keeping you from your garden, that moisture likely won't last long.
Once that snow does dry off, however, we would need continued rains throughout the spring and summer just to keep down the fire risk.
Making it everyone's job to remove dead shrubs and not leave it be. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, coming up next, the need for volunteers for local nonprofits.
People who maybe aren't thinking about volunteerism, but they're here shopping and their interest gets piqued.
Good evening, folks. Sunshine and a bit of a warm up today. We got to 8 degrees here in Edmonton. Jasper hit 13. I think we'll get to about 13 tomorrow. And by Thursday, Friday, highs near 20 here in the city. Full of forecast in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
RCMP are looking for a stolen truck carrying 2 peacocks. Police say the truck was stolen yesterday in Stony Plain. The pickup had 2 crated peacocks in the back. The truck is described as a white 2005 Ford F-350 crew cab. It has aluminum bed rails and a light bar on top with a chrome bumper and amber lights on the grille. It has a BC license plate number SY7996. Police are concerned for the well-being of the animals. Many local nonprofits say they are struggling to find volunteers. As CTV's Connor Hogg reports, the Edmonton Chamber of Voluntary Organizations is hoping to change that.
In addition to the usual temptations for shoppers at West Edmonton Mall, a pop-up fair is also attempting to draw interest, not to buy anything, to give time instead.
Once you retire, you think you're going to be so busy, but you can only do so much when you're retired. It's nice to have something else to do.
Retiree Brenda Salome is looking for a meaningful place to spend some of her free time. Finding people like her is one of the reasons the volunteer fair is at the mall in the first place. 2/3 of the organizations here are struggling to find help.
People who maybe aren't thinking about volunteerism, but they're here shopping and their interest gets piqued and they come over to see the dogs and they wonder what's going on, and then they start engaging in conversations with organizations.
Tamara Greenwood brought Cora with her to show potential volunteers what they could be in for, as well as to tell them about the rewards that are less outwardly visible.
What you don't realize as a volunteer is the impact you're making until you see where the dog goes. And then you're kind of super pumped about it, which makes you want to continue on volunteering again.
Many of the nonprofits that are gathered here say that they wouldn't be able to operate without the help of volunteers. Organizers of the fair say that they hope the sheer number of volunteer opportunities means that there's something for every interest.
You may not really know that your skills align with what somebody's looking for, or your interest aligns with what somebody's looking for.
Edmonton's mayor also giving some of his time. Andrew Knack credits volunteering with putting him on the path to politics.
When we remember that we are part of this larger group, there is this sense of ownership of needing to help make a difference. And that's what I love about it.
When you see that moment of connection, that spark where somebody's like, aha, this really, like, this is going to fit for me, it's a really good feeling.
Just knowing that you can go and you can help somebody and something to do, passes the time.
Salome has found that special spark, a new way she can give back and make a difference while doing it. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A smile cookie decorating event for kids today was almost derailed by a thief with a sweet tooth.
I do believe a crime has been committed this morning. I think someone stole our cookies.
Tactical officers caught the suspect trying to escape with the cookies through the roof. The cookie monster was apprehended without incident, and the kids got their cookies. Now, the Edmonton Police Foundation put on today's event. It invited guests from Pregnancy Pathways, which supports children and moms who have or are experiencing homelessness.
But with us, it ends up bringing like shoes for the kids, bringing them some clothes, backpacks. Christmas time, they bring presents to all the kids. There's just so many great things they do, and that's just a small part with our program. So in the whole city, there's so many people benefiting from this.
Sales from each Tim Hortons Smile cookie will go to the Edmonton Police Foundation. The organization distributes the money to charities it works with. Some Edmonton students were all business today at Argyle Centre. An annual entrepreneurial marketplace was brimming with ideas and talents. The Caraway program students from kindergarten to grade 9 spent weeks planning, budgeting, and marketing their ideas. The program is designed to embrace creativity and financial literacy.
It's a movie theater. We sell drinks and we made our own movie. We sell iced tea, apple juice, dill pickle popcorn, buttered popcorn, and salted popcorn.
I'm doing tacos, so I really like tacos, and I just wanted to do that because it's what I'm passionate about.
Students have assigned jobs working in shifts, earning pay, which can be used to buy stocks in each other's businesses. But still to come, celebrating a major part of Ukrainian culture with every step these dancers take.
When I'm dancing on the stage, I feel like I'm giving all my soul to the world, to Ukraine.
Programming brought to you by Green Tree Outdoor Living, where your dream yard becomes a reality.
Welcome back. It was a chilly start today, -7, and we're going to be a handful of degrees below zero again tomorrow morning. Get to 8 for a daytime high, sunshine, felt pretty nice. 13 is average, so we're still 5 degrees below average. Back to around average tomorrow, and then above average for a string of days after that. Skies are pretty clear across most of the province through today. I think you may see a little bit of buildup of some cloud cover and some scattered showers in through the foothills tomorrow afternoon. Might see a scattered shower in the Cold Lake region. Nothing significant. For the most part, skies are going to remain fairly clear here over the next couple of days as that nice big upper ridge builds in. So here's what we were dealing with last week. Starting to depart off to the east. Warmer air comes flooding in, and so we'll get mainly sunny skies for most of the next couple of days and some nice warm temperatures. There's a little bit of a dip that you can see here that comes through late in the week. I don't think that really drops temperatures all that much. Probably brings a little extra cloud cover into the picture, though, and a chance of some showers for Friday evening. -8's Fort McMurray, Cold Lake. -8 in Red Deer tomorrow morning. About -5 for Edmonton and Grand Prairie. See daytime highs back into double digits across the northeast. 10s and 11s into the mid-teens for Grand Prairie, Edson, Whitecourt regions. Should be about 14 into Jasper and highs of 12. Lloydminster and Red Deer. Here in Edmonton, we'll get to about 13, maybe even 14. 17 and sunshine on Wednesday, and then highs near 20 for Thursday, Friday, and by the time we get to Thursday, your morning lows start to consistently stay above zero. Long-range forecast temperatures mid to high teens here for Saturday, Sunday. Still nice and warm into the early part of next week. We'll watch the middle of next week. There's a chance for a little bit of a cool down there, but in the short term, a warming trend through the rest of this week. That is your forecast.
Well, hundreds of Ukrainian dancers came together this weekend to share their talents and their heritage. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more from the Shumka Dance Festival.
Each hop and skip for this Ukrainian dancer is a step closer to connecting to her home country.
When I'm dancing on the stage, I feel like I'm giving all my soul to the world, to Ukraine.
16-year-old Polina Savro moved to Calgary from Ukraine 4 years ago. Being on stage at the Shumka Dance Festival is a form of resistance for her and other Ukrainians.
So everybody sees our culture, everybody knows that we're here. Our dance is our dance style, and Russia cannot copy it.
Doing events like this and promoting our culture and showing the world how strong Ukrainians are is especially important right now.
More than 1,100 dancers from 33 different schools across Canada are in Edmonton to compete in the festival, showcasing their talent, energy, and strength.
Ukrainian dance is a lot of cardio. There's a lot of athletics, a lot of big jumps and big acrobatics from guys, and a lot of fast turns and spins from the girls.
From solos, duets, and group ensembles, many of the dancers are on stage because of family tradition.
I actually started because my mother and brother were dancing when I was young, and it seemed like a really fun thing to do, so I wanted to join.
That love and talent for Ukrainian dancing won him 10 medals at the festival.
I feel very intimidated, but also very impressed and proud. that I got to be here.
Beyond the medals, it's pride that puts the smiles on their faces.
I love the energy of Ukrainian dance. I love the connection to my roots and my heritage.
Tell people that we are Ukrainians. We are the strong nation.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching and have a good rest of your evening. Good night.